Hi, I'm Natalie Lillico, and here with a three-part series to help us through this holiday season, and more importantly, to help us be able to connect to what's really important to us that we want to bring into the next year, 2026. Human design gives us an endless bucket of perspectives and different ways to look at the world. And one of the things that it helps us, I think, that I've noticed in my life is having a different approach to the end of the year. I'm recording this about 6 days before the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, and then fast into, the Christmas and New Year holiday or however you celebrate that. And what it has explained is that this is really a time of year for a big a pause and a reflection. And this time period between now and the end of January is really about reflection and looking at the people and places and projects that we've been involved with that over the last year, if you do this annually, um, what worked, what didn't work, what are we revising, and what are we trimming away or letting go, and not to skip over that aspect of our growth. It's really important to either say out loud or journal or share with a friend or put it on a recording, whatever works for you. It's like, oh, that person kind of fell away from my life, or um, gosh, I really thought that project was going to complete. And do I want to take that into 2026? Is that really what's important to me? So here's a couple of questions to help you through this first phase of the pause is I just invite you to take a gentle reflection on what's ready to be released in your life, and where have you been tolerating what no longer works for you, and what might become possible if you let these pieces, parts, places, people just be complete. And, what do you need to do to be complete? Is there anything that needs to be said or written? That's really up to you. But this is just a perfect time of year to just drop into that stillness, drop into that space and have an honest conversation with yourself, and look at what you want to carry forward into the new calendar year. At the end of January, the sun passes over gate 41. And gate 41 is called the start codon. But the interesting thing about it is that what happens before the start? It's really this hexagram is telling us that we really need to let go. We're one of the metaphors that's often connected with this gate is about trimming our rose bushes, cutting away the old leaves, the branches, and it can be any kind of plant. It doesn't have to be a rose bush, but the roses are known for being trimmed in the very coolest of the temperatures. And so this letting go, as I talked about in the video before, it's like, what are you letting go of? What's complete? And what the gate 41 really says is, from meaning the start codon, is like once we've released what's ready to be released, what we've been tolerating, what no longer serves, what just doesn't quite feel right in our gut, when we let that go and get complete with it, it might take a day or, 6 weeks to really, or take as long as you want to release that and be complete with it. Then you know, then the flower bed is ready to burst with something. And so I've noticed this process of releasing before the start with my coaching clients. It's like everyone that comes to me, they go through a process very similar to this about really examining, where's their energy, where's their time, what's everything that's going on in their life, and what deserves their attention, what is of value, what is feeding them. And so then there's this sorting process and a letting go. And then the thing that they want, the goal, the intention, the more money, the relationship, the different career, then there's space for that to just naturally come into their field. Their field is ready to receive the newness. So I hope you're enjoying this time of year, and I look forward to continuing about what else we can do to set up our year for 2026. And this aspect of it is even before we are in this active creative mode, is before we take action on our intentions or our goals, there needs to be another step in there, and that is about creating safety before you stretch into your outside your comfort zone, so to speak. It's like, we're comfortable here, but there's something out there. There's something else. There's our purpose is pulling us. Our heart's desire is pulling us forward, but it's scary sometimes. And so really setting up your mindset, if you will, to just like, what do I need to help me get through when the speed bumps come up? Where can I create more safety? What would help me move into this next phase of my life, helping you feel more secure? So important thing about moving outside our comfort zone and getting ready to get in the real creative process of 2026 is to remember that pushing doesn't necessarily mean effort. It's like if you can carry some of that pause and some of that stillness that you've been cultivating for the last 6 weeks, then it's like there's a trust that gets built in that time, creating the safety, knowing whether that's, the books that you read, the people you hang out with, if you have a coach. It's like, what are the things that are going to provide that safety so that you don't feel like you're doing it alone, number one. And two, it's like you're not having to push. There's a relaxation. There's a trust. There's a safety net, if you will. But it's like, so how can you approach 2026 with as much inner resolve as possible?